Well, preseason game number 3 has come and gone, and honestly, there were things I liked in this game and things I didn't like in this game, and we're going to talk about all of it right now. So what's going on, Jets fans? Welcome back to another video, and like I said, the Winnipeg Jets going into the preseason game 3 is over, and they have lost 4-3. Very, very close game, actually, right down to the last 2 minutes when Edmonton took the lead, and we're going to go from everything from puck drop, going through the players I liked, the lineups I liked, and what I didn't like, and all the way to the end of the game. So if you're new to this channel, regardless of the team that you root for, definitely consider dropping a subscription. It really does help this channel grow, and also, I personally believe that if you start to surround yourself with opinions from other types of hockey fans from different teams, it actually can help you learn more about the game. So, keep an open mind regardless of the team that you root for. And moving on from that, talking about this game, the first thing I want to talk about is that Erik Comrie, in my opinion, isn't the number one guy that the Jets should have for their backup position. Now, I don't say that lightly. I actually was on Twitter earlier, and I saw how many people were going negative at this guy, talking about how, he's going to suck and all this, and he didn't suck today. Erik Comrie tonight did not suck. He was not a terrible goalie. 4 goals scored. They were not all his fault. Hell, I would say the first 2 weren't even his fault. The first goal that was scored was a Jesse Puljujarvi screen right in front on a power play, I believe it was. It was a perfect setup, an absolute perfect screen. There was nothing you could do. Like, by the angle they showed, you could see that there was no line of sight to the shooter, the puck, or anything in between for Comrie, so I don't blame him for that goal, and I don't blame him really for a lot of them. Even the goal that ended up being the game winner really wasn't his fault. It was on a 2-on-1, really, with a really good breakaway opportunity as well as semi-break, and it was at the end of the game, and there was a lot of pressure coming on him, and they went, top glove, like, on the bar. So, not much you can say about Comrie, but I still think he isn't the number one guy that Jets should have for their backup contender. I really think that the Winnipeg Jets should have somehow shed some cap and went out and signed one of these older type of vet goalies that could have been better, at least more consistent than what you get from Erik Comrie. Hopefully, Mikhail Burden tomorrow against the Vancouver Canucks, which I'll be going to that game, so there'll actually be live coverage tomorrow at the game, so the video will be coming out later, but I'm very excited to actually have some game reactions and be in the Rogers Arena so that you guys can actually get to see some Winnipeg Jets away footage. So that's going to be exciting. I hope you guys stay tuned and look forward to that. I'm very excited. But either way, I think Burden will play tomorrow, and I expect to see a better game from Mikhail Burden than what I've seen from Comrie in the last couple starts for him. And not because, like I said, Comrie's been terrible, but because he's definitely not a guy you want to have being an NHL backup goalie, especially when you're trying to win a Stanley Cup. And other than that, the Winnipeg Jets in this game, the best way I could sum it up was that the regulars looked great, and other than Svechnikov and I would say maybe Jansen Harkins, it wasn't anything special. I don't think that this was some amazing game. Christian Vesalainen was kind of invisible again, so I don't think he makes this team. I really think Svechnikov has jumped him in that winger-type position for this top 6 potentially, and even for the bottom 9. I mean, top 9, I should be saying. But even other than that, I really, there's not much you could say about this game that was, like, really impressive. The one thing I didn't like a lot of, it personally, was Josh Morrissey. And it's not because Josh Morrissey scored a goal, but it's not that Josh Morrissey had a bad game, it's how he's being used. Now, I believe that Josh Morrissey is still a very good defenseman, and maybe he's not worth that $6 million cap hit, but I still think he's a valuable defenseman to any team trying to win a Stanley Cup. Paul Morrissey refuses to see that this guy is not an offensive unit, he's not a power play catalyst, he's not any of these things, yet in the last minute of the game, instead of rolling out Neil Pionk and Neil Pionk and Nate Schmidt, your best offensive weapons, you roll out Josh Morrissey. Why? Oh, for defense, you could say. In the last minute and a half, when you got the goalie pulled, that doesn't matter. The idea is to score a goal. So why is Josh Morrissey the guy that continuously gets played on the top power play? Not always every power play because it's preseason, but going into last year, and so far what we've seen as well. I just don't think that's going to be a smart, safe area for him to be used in for this season. I really think if we want to use Josh Morrissey and get his game back to the level it was a few years ago, give him a minor role, let him flourish down on the second pairing, and really promote Neil Pionk. Neil Pionk could be a top 5 point getter for an entire defense in the NHL. He is so good, and I really think that he has the potential to flourish his game and develop even further from what we've seen so far than what we in this preseason and even last season. But Josh Morrissey, Paul Morrissey needs to wake up and realize that he's not this guy that you're trying to make him out to be. He doesn't need to be the number 1 anymore, so find him a better role and find him a better suited role quickly, I think, going into the next game against the Vancouver Canucks tomorrow. But other than that, I think that another big impressive state in this game was Dekan Chisholm. Dekan Chisholm, in my opinion, had a pretty awesome game. He obviously came in on that 4-3, 3-2 goal, excuse me, the 3-2 goal to make it 3-2. A great setup to Mark Scheifele in front. He easily could have held that puck and drive to the net and try to get a shot, but instead he recognized the open man in front, found that perfect tip, already off of getting into a pretty good zone entry. He had a really good game tonight, and I've already talked a lot about how good Dekan Chisholm can be. I really think that if this team wants to promote their younger guys like Ville Heinola, Sandberg, and eventually Chisholm, giving them NHL experience like what they saw today in that preseason is good, because he actually played pretty well for a team that, for the Oilers standpoint, was pretty close to an NHL caliber roster. So I was really happy with Dekan Chisholm tonight, and I can't wait to see his full season with the Moose coming up this year. I really think he's going to be an underrated asset for us. I feel like he is a better version of Sami Niku offensively, but he's more defensively sound, closer to a guy like Sandberg and even Josh Morrissey with that good two-way game. So I really think there's a lot of potential in Dekan Chisholm, and I'm really excited to see his further development with this team in the future. And other than that, honestly, I really don't have a lot of other things to say. I'm looking at this in my notes right now, right? And the Oilers, they started this game sluggish, but it didn't matter because they ended up taking the lead and they ended up winning the game. So I think that right now we're going to honestly talk about Evgeny Svechnikov, and it ended on him because he, in my opinion, has been our standout player for this entire preseason. When you go over and look at the box score today, you'll see something very, very, very exciting. Evgeny Svechnikov registered an assist. Evgeny Svechnikov has been absolutely dynamite for us in every single game of the preseason so far, and I'm very excited to see how he'll look tomorrow. Hopefully he will play in the back-to-back situation. I really think that Paul Maurice is actually going to play him in every game, not because he wants to burn him out, but because he wants to see how well he'll play on a day-night-to-night basis. I really think Evgeny Svechnikov is going to be our secret weapon. He's been good in every game. He registered a point in a line that was even different from the last one, and I'm very excited to see how he's going to play. Again, I think he has the potential to be a very underrated signing, and I can't wait to see how he will look going into the regular season and where he will play. I really think he could push for a top 6 spot. Obviously, by the sounds of things, Paul Maurice has made his mind on what the top 9 is going to look like, but nonetheless, he could easily slot into that third line where I expected to see Christian Vesalainen. I really think that he's going to make a statement on this team this year, and I'm really excited because, again, we picked up this kid. He's got nothing but himself to prove to everybody, he's proved everything, so he needs to go out there. He needs to really work hard, and I think he has done that exceptionally well, and I can't wait to see how he will continue to look with this team going into the rest of the preseason and eventually into the regular season. But that's going to wrap up my thoughts on Game 3 against the Edmonton Oilers when the Winnipeg Jets lost by a score of 4-3 in the preseason. So let me know your thoughts on this game. Who was your standout? Who was the worst player? Who was the best player? Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section below. If you are new to this channel, definitely subscribe. Like I said at the start of this video, also go into the the description. Follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram, and check out all the other affiliated links down there as well. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. With all that being said, peace, love, and positivity to all you beautiful people out there in the world, and I will see you guys again very, very soon. Like I said, tomorrow I will be at the game. So that means that there will be live reactions, and it'll take a little bit longer to get out. So that reaction to that and recap to that game will most likely come out on the Monday morning instead of it being that Sunday night. So I can edit it all together and make it a beautiful video for you to watch. With all that being said, like I said, peace, love, and positivity. Have a great rest of your day, and more importantly, go Jets, go.